I've decided that this is the year I'm going to deal with my dry skin. This is what I've been doing and how it's been working for me. Let's get into it. For those of you who are new here, my name is Helen. I am a writer. I've got a completely free newsletter where I talk about products that I love and I write humor essays, and we just have a lot of fun over there. It's helenavery.substack.com. It's totally free to sign up. I hope I see you over there. I'm not in my usual environs, as you can see here. I'm actually in Miami on my winter vacation, and it has been lovely and sunny, and you would think with the humidity in the air compared to where I come from, my skin would be less dry, but it's actually more dry because I'm finding the water here to be on the drying side. We'll talk more about that in a sec. Apologies also, I'm a little bit congested. I had a terrible cold for the last few days. Murphy's Law of vacations, you always get sick the 2 weeks out of the year that you're not at home. Anyway, let's crack on. The number one thing I've done to help my dry skin situation, even here, I've noticed it's made a difference because, as I said, the water must be harder than it is at home, or the sunscreen is drying out my face more, not exactly sure which, is to never ever use anything beyond lukewarm water. In fact, I try and use just cold water on my face, and that includes when I'm in the shower, so I don't let my face get splashed with the hot water that I would use on the rest of my body. Does that make sense? So what this means in practice is that when I am washing my face in the evenings, and that's another thing we'll talk about in a second, I'm only pretty much the coldest water that I can tolerate that is comfortable. Maybe not even lukewarm. Just teetering on that edge of lukewarm and cold. The second thing that I'm doing that's really been helping a lot is I only wash with cleanser one time a day, not twice as I used to do. I'd wake up, I'd use a cleanser, I'd go to sleep, I'd maybe double cleanse because of my makeup. You guys know here that I like long wear foundations, and those really cling. You typically have to break them up with some sort of balm, facial oil, or something like that. So now I'm only washing with a cleanser at night, but in the morning I'm just splashing with water as best I can. If I have some sort of gunk situation in my eyes, sorry to be candid and gross, but we've all been there, I use just a tiny bit of a really gentle cleanser just around the eye area, just a little bit there, like the least amount I can get away with. Like I'm talking like a pea-sized drop on my finger, emulsify, use it, and then rinse it off. And I don't put any facial cleanser anywhere. That tends to be more dry for me. It tends to be, I think for many of us, tends to be sort of on the cheek area here. I'm not trying to be prescriptive about particular skincare products here. I think we all have really individual needs for our skin, so I'm not going to say use this, this, and that because each of us is different. But for me, you guys know I love La Roche-Posay Cyclavas Balm B5. You're probably so sick of hearing me talk about this product, but it is nice and thick, and it plays nice with my skin and my makeup after, and so that's important to me. Your mileage may vary with different products, of course. But what I do, and I think is helpful, is I try and get on that little bit of moisturizer while my face is still slightly damp. I feel that that kind of locks in the moisture a little bit and helps with the dryness situation. So while I've been in Miami, I've also purchased this product, which we can't get at home in Canada yet, which is CeraVe's Hydrating Foaming Oil Cleanser. And I think I paid about $15 for this, and it's okay so far. So this is not an in-depth review. I don't like to recommend products that I haven't tried for a very long time. It's fine. It's gentle. It's actually maybe slightly better just as an overall body cleanser than necessarily on the face, because here's the thing. It doesn't really break up makeup. I do see a lot of people asking questions. Is this sufficient for the first step in a double cleanse? And I would say it isn't. At least in my case, when I use it, I still have foundation left on, and I still have raccoon eyes, which means it's not working as a double cleanse situation normally would, which is that the first oily, greasier cleanser really does a good job of breaking up the makeup, including eye makeup, and taking it off. It doesn't do that, but it is still nice and gentle, and it is good for that morning situation where I said I just need a tiny bit, sometimes just for the eye area, if it's not that clean, let's put it that way. It has been adequate for that. So far, pretty good. Interestingly, it says it's unscented, but it has this, you ever have like unscented products and they still kind of have a scent? That's what's going on with this one. It is technically unscented, but when you use it, it almost has like a plasticky sort of aroma. It's not bad or off-putting or anything like that, but many unscented products have a scent anyway, if that makes sense. And many scented products are scented just to cover up their sort of natural smell, which may not be that appealing. That is probably this case. La Roche-Posay, I think, makes one as well. And I think that one is a slight scent, although I could be wrong. And I bet you that scent is covering up the natural scent that this makes on its own. These sort of hydrating foaming oils probably have some sort of basic scent associated with them. Now, this does leave, when you do use it, leaves a nice sort of moisturized film. It says it's residue-free, but I would beg to differ. When you use it, you feel like there's a layer of ceramides or whatever is in there. It says it's got squalene oil, hyaluronic acid, and 3 essential ceramides. You do feel a little something when you finish using it. By and large, though, of the things that I've tried, I think that just dropping down to only one cleansing a day has made the most difference in healing my dry skin. Don't look too closely now though, because as I said, I'm recovering from a cold and it's all chapped around here. So please don't look too closely. I was looking pretty good before this happened to me, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, the other thing that I've been using, which is not necessarily for dry skin, but is actually for adult acne, is Differin XP. So you can also get this if you're in the US. You can get Adapalene at 1%. This is Adapalene at, sorry, not 1%, 0.1%. This is 0.3%. So this is a prescription product. It is stronger. So far, so good with this. It hasn't been drying me out because the way I use it is that every time I feel like maybe my skin is going to get drier, I just back off using it. You know what I'm saying? I started very, very slowly using it. I did not use it every day. I used it every second, every third day. Anytime I feel like my skin's a bit tight or gonna be a bit dry, I completely back off. Also, you know, when I was sick and blowing my nose constantly and that area was chapped, I just stopped altogether. My understanding is the cool thing about these retinoid products like Differin, like your tretinoin, is that you don't have to use them daily. It's not like, I don't know, taking a pill for some other sort of condition where you've got to keep on top of it daily. It's not like that. You can give yourself breaks if you need to. And again, the thinking behind this is that this is a marathon to get your skin better, not really like a sprint or anything like that. So you've got to look at things like so many things in life, like even exercise, as a long-term way of addressing an issue. And you've got to give yourself a scale of years. So I've given myself a scale of a year. Like I've decided this year is going to be my year to work on my skin. And so I will make decisions on, you know, this cleanser, on this Differin XP, all the things that I'm doing. I feel like I won't really know how well they're working until a year has passed. I want to give myself ample amount of time to see how all these different products and these actives work. So with that said, be sure that you, if you're enjoying this, like and consider subscribing, because I will be following up as time goes on. As I'm saying, this is working for me now. You know, these things have been great in healing my dry skin. But if you want to see the follow-up, obviously be sure to subscribe and I'll keep on top of the whole dry skin situation of it all. Okay, I hope you will indulge the quick tangent, but I wanted to put you on to these amazing leggings that I got from Target. I know this is not the content you necessarily want from me, but they're so good. They're called the All in Motion leggings. I got size medium in dark brown. They're almost that like Kardashian-ish latte skin tone kind of color that they're so well known for. I don't know if you can see it well, but it's got this beautiful like ribbed pattern. Extremely comfortable. I wish I bought a second pair. $30 Target. And you know what? They're great because I'm not that tall. I'm 5'3.5", and they are the perfect length for my not long legs. So love. I've also been taking some makeup-free days, and I wish I could say that helps my dry skin. It hasn't really. I actually suspect that the makeup makes a nice barrier, especially that long-wear foundation. If you're heavily moisturized and sunscreen underneath, I think actually the long-wear foundation makes a barrier against all the elements. And in fact, I find that the days that I am wearing makeup, actually my skin feels better and just overall seems less dry. If I have like a series of days where I don't wear any makeup, my skin is actually drier after those days, even though the rest of my routine kind of isn't really that different. Oh, okay, I'm waving this around. This is Differin. This is the over-the-counter version that you can get. I picked it up here because, as I said, I am trying the Differin XP. This is a prescription product. In Canada, we don't have Adapalene here. We don't have Adapalene over-the-counter at 0.1%. And if you're in the US, that means you do. So you're lucky. If you want to try it out for, you know, a pretty low price, I think this was maybe $13 at Walgreens, that will be very easy for you to do. Have I found a big difference between the two of these? Not really, actually, because I have tried this a few days and it seems to I sort of wake up with the same sort of cell turnover, slightly oilier skin effect that is with this. They're a whole other topic. But again, make sure that you like and subscribe if you want to see a different video, because I am following my journey using Differin XP. And so when that's ready and I feel like I have enough knowledge and I have enough experience with it, I will post that video for you guys. That's been going really well. And the larger point I wanted to make about the Adapalene, be it the Differin or this one here in the lower concentration, they haven't really been that drying, really. I've been pleasantly surprised that my skin is tolerating the Differin / Adapalene very, very well, which is what a lot of dermatologists say. They say that this is a much easier product to tolerate than your tretinoin creams, and I have definitely found that to be the case, and it has been helping with the random acne that I get, because yes, I have dry skin and I also have the odd bout of adult acne. It has a bit of hyperpigmentation from a pimple. So fun. All right, if you want to see a tour of this space, I made a recent video that is about how to layer sunscreen, moisturizer, and foundation, or at least how I do it with the products that I own. Sort of toward the end of that video, if you're not interested in the first part, I go in depth into a little tour of this place. So I'll link that video up. Go ahead and watch that if you want to have a look around this property with me. And that video also has a link to this specific Airbnb in Miami if you're looking for a vacation. This has been a really nice spot. With that, I shall leave you. Thanks so much for spending your time here with me. We will see you on the next video.